What's up, everybody? So what I'm doing in this here 1969 4x4 Camaro is I'm gonna get it roadworthy. Yeah, I said it, roadworthy. So I can possibly take it to the car show, maybe tow something with it, possibly, maybe. So what I gotta do first order of business is an oil change. I don't have an oil filter. I do have oil though. Train. Okay, so I don't have an oil filter. I have oil though. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the oil filter off, brake clean it, wash it out with like some oil, and then put it back in. Recycle the filter. We're gonna put new oil in. We have training fluid for the transfer case and the transmission. We have some coolant. We gotta bleed the brake lines. Put in some floor pans that I ordered, real nice floor pans, and then a few other odds and ends. So let's get started on the oil, and we're gonna put a battery in it to see if we can get the timing right for it to fire it again. All right, so any guesses on what color the oil is gonna be on this rig? All right, she's loosey-goosey for the first time in probably 9 years. This is gonna be gross. At least there's oil in it. Oh, it's just perfectly black. There's literally, dude, there's no metal on the magnet. It's like she's brand new again, boys. I mean, it's a little milky, but can't really ask for much. All right, now we're gonna take the oil filter off. All right, she's loose. All right, now we just gotta give that ring up there a little cleaning. It's pretty nasty. So now we're just gonna put a funnel in the valve cover and just fill it 5 quarts with some 530. These nice new vitamins. All right, so now we put 5 quarts in the motor. Now we're gonna put the should be 5 quarts back into this and then put it on AutoZone's door. I mean, it's almost 5 quarts. It's more like 4.5, but who's counting? It's good enough. So back here we have the battery, and I gotta put this thing on boost because it's definitely not charged. So last time we were cranking this thing and it just died. So now we're gonna put this thing on boost juice. Okay, it should be sending juice, so let it charge for a minute. And once Pat's done working on his truck, he's gonna crank it. I'm just gonna turn the distributor till it starts firing because the timing is way off. Go ahead. Woo! All right, kill it. All right, go ahead again. All right, so everything's good. Turned the distributor, got the timing kind of accurate. Turned it off, fired it back up, starts right up again. I tightened it down. That bolt was really loose. I guess when I T-boned that Impala, I must have knocked the distributor way out of whack. So that day I had my fun. I didn't want to mess with the car more. All right, I got a jumper pack on this thing now. It should fire, no problem. Keyword should. There we go. Now we're just gonna let it warm up so we can check the training fluid. Put the air cleaner back on too. We're also gonna check the power steering fluid. Yeah, it's empty. We'll put some in there as well once we shut it off. Definitely need training fluid, so we're gonna go ahead and put some in.
coolant hose came off.
That's alright.
Fuck. Thing's hot.
Don't worry about it. Alright, well the coolant hose popped off. Now we have now the coolant's getting what do you call it?
Being green.
It's being green, it's being recycled. That's what it is. Just gotta make that clamp tighter down there. Alright, so while it's cooling down, we're gonna put this stuff in it, dump that whole thing in there, and she'll be running like new. I'm gonna cut the carpet around the seats, and I have floor pans. These are my floor pans. You know what I was talking about? Real floor pan? No, I'm not spending money on this rig. So I'm gonna put some homemade floor pans in from the state. Just to say I did not steal these, break these. A friend gave it to me who had it previously. So now we're gonna go ahead, cut the carpet out, cut it to size, and either zip screw it in or just let gravity hold it in. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in. This interior is disgusting, like cats, raccoons, everything lived in this thing prior to me having it. Probably still live in it, but I don't care. All right, fellas, here it comes. Piece of history. Look at that. That is insane. That's a piece of art right there.
Next week.
All right, so I have these pans instead because that one's too huge. So I forgot I had these ones, which I also got from a friend. So I'm gonna use these, bend them to shape, zip screw them in, and then we're gonna go to the other side because the fuel cell is falling through the floor right now. So we gotta take care of that for safety. Because we're all about safety. As you can tell, it has a roll cage that was professionally welded in by a gentleman back in the day. So now I'm gonna have my fabricator Pat take care of this here rig. Take care of it the right way. This way it's a nice going to town rig. You know, take a girl out on a date in it. You know, take your mom to dinner. You know, if your wife's having a baby, take her to the hospital on this thing. Anyone's in the way, just plow through them. And it'll be solid. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that.
It's gonna be until October though.
Yeah. It's like I'm kind of like in the clear for the summer.
Well, what do you want?
All right, now so that's all cleared out. And now Pat's gonna go ahead and take care of it. Right? Right, Pat?
No.
He doesn't have a choice. Here, Pat.
Doing some fabrication.
Pat, what do you think about what we're doing?
I think this is a very strategic way of doing this. I think this is one of the best ways you could ever do it.
That is solid, fellas. All right, so now this side's done. Somewhat, it's good enough. I'm not going crazy. So now we're gonna go to that side and clean out that side, cut the carpet, and then repeat the process. So on this side, I just gotta take the fuel cell out and clear out whatever's there and cut the carpet and do the same thing. With my multi-tool again and cut this thing right out. Brake fluid. All right, let's see what this floor looks like. Oh man, breath, Jesus Christ. I need to start running marathons. Oh, that one's not as bad.
Oh, we should leave that the way it is.
Never mind. He's got this side done. Came out mint, floor pans, good. Now we're gonna go ahead and just empty this thing real quick. I have the garbage pail right here, so we're gonna empty it, and then we'll see what's up. I gotta put some decals on, hopefully all before the rain, and we have to cover Pat's car. So I'm gonna clean this out really quick and then see what else we can do.
Got our banner, battery, our toy when we get lonely. Nope. Battery tray. The mirror.
All right, well, we got a car plate we'll save. We'll throw under the bench right there. This is actually really cool. It's like an old hitch plate, a mirror, a water bottle. I think that's Pat's. We got a bunch of doo-doo. We got a dome light, but you don't need those where we're going. This lane is garbage. And that's it. I'm gonna cut whatever wires are hanging out. All right, I had some cool Muscle Garage logos made up. Now we're gonna put them on the corner. I don't have my wallet. Let me grab a card. Got my OSHA 30 card. Now that looks bad to the bone right there. Finishing touch on this thing. You guys gotta check out the sky right now. Look, looks pretty nuts. I know the camera quality is terrible because my camera's wet, but it is pouring right now. We have no windshield wipers or nothing. I can't see the road.
Dude, the T-tops are leaking.
All right, so while the rain slows down, me and Pat are gonna go grab some pizza because it's downpouring. Get the 6'5" little loosey-goosey. But yeah, we're gonna go grab pizza, and hopefully by the time we get back, it stops raining so we can maybe get some footage of the Camaro driving down the road. We got some pizza now. I got a plain slice, Pat got a plain, and we got 2 vodka slices and some garlic knots. All right, so it's currently the following day, and we're also looking the engine bay end. There's no longer a spark plug wire connected to the spark plug boot. So we gotta put another one of those on, fill it with power steering fluid. You know, I always thought, before I got this thing running and driving, I always thought it was a mistake when I bought this thing. But it turns out it's not so bad. The audience likes it, I like it, my friends like it. You know, it turns out, it's just a good rig to have around. And I probably am gonna save it for the winter. Get some good snow content, so you guys gotta stay tuned for that. All right, so now we're checking the coolant. This thing's dead empty, obviously, because it all blew out of it. We got God's coolant in here now. Fill this thing up real good. Oh boy, she's full. Okay, well, I just let it run for another 10 minutes since the last clip. I gave it a couple whacks to the throttle. I mean, it's smoking a little bit, but no coolant's leaking out of it, so I'm just gonna ignore it. We're gonna jump on to the next thing. Now what we have to do is fill it with power steering fluid, because this power steering pump screams when I'm turning. Okay. Careful not to overflow it, you know? Oh, she's overflowing. Alright, that's how you know you're full. Alright, so this is how you fix a dry rot. You got some PB Blaster, and it'll rejuvenate it, you know? See? Dry rot's gonna be good by tomorrow. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but the quarter is separate from the rocker. So I did some custom fabrication. I made myself a little plate that's gonna zip screw it to the rocker and zip screw it to the quarter. So I'm gonna go get my handy dandy rivets and then call it a day with that. All right, so I got the rivets from Harbor Freight. Oh, like a glove. Now we're gonna go ahead and plate this part to make it more together. But I mean, here's the finishing product. There it is. Holds the quarter, nice and solid in there. We're gonna get that covered, the same style of floor pan. I bent it up already while my phone's cooling down, and it's just gonna go like that. I'll put it like that. What's falling out of this thing? Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are like door nets, and this door is cut in half in the middle. This whole frame comes out, but it's just so like welded and seized in there that I'm gonna try to get it out. It's pretty hard. I already soaked it with PB Blaster. All right, first step's done. That broke. Honestly, I think you know the solution I'm gonna resort to in a minute. Okay, well, I got my safety glasses on. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about. Plenty of room for activities. Expert cutting. Now that's what I'm talking about. This thing's gonna look good going down the road, fellas. This thing's built for stuff like this. Now the only problem is, how the hell am I gonna keep the rain out of this thing? I don't know. You don't need rain. All right, well, I think it's it for that rig. I mean, I basically just tuned it up, did a little stuff to it just to get it running to get it to the car show. So we're gonna go ahead and put this thing away.